I've opened this picture of an Acura. I've provided the link to the Wikimedia Commons for that same file in the description if you like. And I've also gone and got a photo of some mesh that I'm going to place into the grill. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my move tool and I'm going to grab this and I'm going to move it over into my other file and drop it on top of it. And I'm going to transform that. So Control T to transform. I'll rotate it a little bit so that it matches more of the angle of the front of the car itself, and I'm going to move it over onto it. And I think I'm just going to resize it a little bit as well, just to make it a little bit smaller of a mesh pattern going across the top of the car. And so now I need to see what I'm working on. I'm going to lower the opacity on that a little bit so you can see where it's going to go into those spots of where the car is. I'm going to shut that off temporarily and go and grab my shapes. Now, when I zoom in on this, if I'm on my car background, I'm not sure how well it'll work, but I'm going to try and use the quick selection tool and see if I can just quick select in that area. Looks pretty good. It's missed a little bit down here at the bottom that I can refine with the mask afterwards. I'm going to add in this section here. Maybe I'll subtract out, hold down my Alt key and subtract out that yellow section at the bottom. I just want to try and get the black. And actually it might be better if I tried to use my magic wand to select those, but you guys get the idea of what you're supposed to do. So you're going to do a good selection around those areas. Okay, so I've got a decent selection happening now on those three areas that I can still refine a little bit if necessary that I needed to. So you could zoom in on it and make sure that you haven't missed anything. I'll demonstrate how to do that with my lasso tool. I'm just going to hold shift and I'm going to add in these pixels here and I'm going to add in these pixels there. So holding down my shift key while I'm doing it, and you can go across and grab that. Now that I've got that masking shape, I need to put that same shape onto the mesh layer. So I'm going to grab my mesh layer and turn it back on. You can see that shape in there. And now I'm just going to add the mask button. So with it selected, it's going to mask everything that is outside of that. Sorry, wrong button. And you can see it's left the crisscross mesh pattern inside of it. A little bit too much in your face, so we got to lower that opacity a bit so that it looks a little bit more accurate. Get it down to where it is looking really good inside there. Now, if you've made a mess of it, you can go in and refine your mask. Remember that when you're sitting on the mask itself, if you paint with a white brush, you are going to reveal more of it. And if you don't like what you've done, when you switch your colors and you paint with a black brush, you are going to conceal or hide that mesh. So you can come in and you can refine it around your edges as you need to. Take a good look, make sure you don't have any extra mesh in any weird spots that you might want to hide or reveal. So if I go across in that area and make sure, and that's it, you've done this assignment.